They're poisoning our minds and the ocean too. The voice you hear at night on the news is just a broken tune, mixing lies with the truth to try and change your view. And if you try to fight it, then I hope you like the boys in blue, cause they don't like it when you tell them you're not buying it. The psych ward is where you'll end up if you open eyes to the way that they're disguising all the wars that they're devising. Their score just keeps on rising while the poor just keep on crying, cause they only give a fuck about their pockets. And if you're only trying to make the money, why be honest? They find it funny that you think you're choosing who's in office, but you only chose a face cause their agenda never stops, man. Fuck it, you're all a bunch of puppets. And if a shepherd loses all his sheep, then what does he end up with? Nothing. Don't try to tell me I'm just bugging, I'm just sick of paying extra tax for cunts to buy their lunch with. It's a mad, mad world, living in the shadow of a bad man's word. If you're sick of being battered by the man's damn curse, then do yourself a favor, kick the leaders to the curb. It's a mad, mad world, it's a mad, mad world, living in the shadow of a bad man's word. If you're sick of being battered by the man's damn curse, then do yourself a favor, kick the leaders to the curb.
Yeah. And they don't just poison water on the short side, they're looking at your drinking source, pouring in the fluoride, it calcifies the pineal. The sorts of thoughts of pure minds, kings trying to keep the pawns blind to be the board's tour guide. The system's hypocritical, selling cigarettes and alcohol, but for piff I'm listed as a criminal. The harm inflicted is minimal, while medical prescriptions quickly kill an individual. Damn, it's sad to think that this type of thing is typical, but love will always dominate. We need to come together, congregate, to contemplate in an honest way how to heal the rock that we accommodate before it rots away. I know you really do not want the day. We need freedom as humans, cause it seems we're caught in a scheme of illusion. Half of our rights are for greed and amusement. Mother Earth is dying from increase and pollution, shit's whack.
It's a mad, mad world, living in the shadow of a bad man's word. If you're sick of being battered by the man's damn curse, then do yourself a favor, kick the leaders to the curb. It's a mad, mad world, it's a mad, mad world, living in the shadow of a bad man's word. If you're sick of being battered by the man's damn curse, then do yourself a favor, kick the leaders to the curb.
They just wanna fund wars and weapons over support. These leaders don't mourn for the innocent dead, they just hold no remorse, keep stacking up ends while making equal efforts just to keep you misled. All across the globe and here closer to home, there's still countless episodes of so-called leaders that seem to be forgetting or just having no respect for traditional owners of the land that we stand on. Know whose land it is, get it in your thick heads. Ignorant suits don't listen or won't care when there's money involved, cause anything to fill their pockets, stomping through communities to make a small profit. Nah, they couldn't give a fuck, frack it, mine and chop it up. Now I think I've had enough, I'd like to blow a city up, but fuck another terrorist, bored of all the television. Fuck a Rupert Murdoch and fuck a racist politician.
It's a mad, mad world, living in the shadow of a bad man's word. If you're sick of being battered by the man's damn curse, then do yourself a favor, kick the leaders to the curb. It's a mad, mad world, it's a mad, mad world, living in the shadow of a bad man's word. If you're sick of being battered by the man's damn curse, then do yourself a favor, kick the leaders to the curb.